So, I've been looking at the evidence and the information about the shootings in America. Recently there's been 3 shootings right next to each other in Ohio, in El Paso, and seems to be the same person doing it. In all 3 there's different shooters and they look like the clone of exactly the same person. If that's not suspicious, I don't know what it is. But yeah, the outlets that are telling me what's happened told me that Trump colluded with Russia to win the election for 2 years. It just told me without impunity that that was definitely the case. And we had Hillary Clinton, we had intelligence agents, and they were all telling me, and everyone, that Trump colluded with Russia to win the election. And now they're telling me that a shooter has killed some people. Well, I've got every reason to not believe you, and every reason to doubt you, and no reason to believe you whatsoever. Even if you said water was wet, I wouldn't believe you. I would start questioning what I knew about water and start thinking, oh, maybe it was actually dry all along. I would find some way to question what you're telling me, because what you tell me all the time is against me. We figured out the secret code in the media now. We know where the battle lines are drawn. So you can keep engaging on this war. You can keep with your false flags and your Antifa worship and praise, and keep pretending to be news anchors. Keep asking questions to politicians, like, putting them in really weird positions, like recently with Viktor Orban, when the BBC propagandist was saying, if someone lands in your country and feels like an asylum seeker, then they have the right to stay, even if you feel like an asylum seeker. So it matters what you feel like, does it? Doesn't matter what you actually are. But of course they're bullying people, they're bullying countries and politicians and everyone. Google and the entire establishment, all the celebrities, all the media, they're bullying everyone to accept globalism. They're bullying everyone to accept NGOs and endless migration. They're bullying everyone to accept the political correctness and woke culture. And they're quite happy to lose 8 billion. Just, that's how much Gillette just lost on that ridiculous woke campaign that's genocided their entire reputation. Cost them 8 billion so far, but that's a small price to pay, because you see, it's all about brainwashing the public. It's not about making money. Corporations were loyal to making profit. Now they're not. They've got all the money. They've got all the wealth. They don't need the wealth that we've got, because the wealth that we've got is nothing compared to the wealth they've got. They've got their corporations in place, their network of corporations, and they're destroying everything that we liked to demoralise us increasingly, because they're at war with us. Do you understand? We're not supposed to go to the cinema and watch their Lion King remakes. We're not supposed to go and watch their Star Wars bullshit. We're not supposed to go and watch their woke James Bond. We're being demoralised. Oh, I get more angry about that than I do the shootings. Because these shootings are not organic. I say they're false flags looking at the evidence. And their fathers are all psychologists and psychiatrists and all connected to DARPA and the CIA. Always the way. Everyone's father's connected to CIA, and everyone's father is an expert in post-traumatic stress syndrome, aren't they? We're expected to believe absolutely ridiculous things, and then they call us a terrorist because we're a conspiracy theorist because we ask questions. So we're supposed to just believe the rubbish that they feed us that is obviously not true. Why do you expect people to believe this still? Why do you think your credibility is not going to go further down all the time? The only way is down for you people in the mainstream media and for big tech censoring everyone's voices and freedom, for Sharia compliance. Why do you think this is a long-term goal that's going to work? Because it's not sustainable, but you're going to keep agitating the people anyway. You're going to keep pushing the hornet's nest. You think, oh, they're fine, they're pacified, they're not going to come back and sting me. Because people are just waking up now, and you can see how out of control it all is. You can't control the herd. You can't control the masses. You think you can. You can just oppress them. That's the way of controlling them eventually. When you've come out of the shadows, you just start oppressing them openly. That's what always happens. And when you start oppressing them openly, when you're no longer doing it secretively, when it's overt and not covert, then it's not sustainable. That's a lesson the Nazis learned. That's a lesson Hitler learned. That's a lesson the globalists learned. As soon as it comes out in the open, it's not sustainable. And it's coming out in the open, globalists, because of you, because of the media, because of the activists, because of the celebrities, because of the films, because of the narratives, because of the woke culture, because of the demoralisation of humanity, which has followed a societal trauma with all these false flags and, this war on terror, war on drugs, war on this, war on that, which ultimately amounts to a war on populism, a war on fighting back against the globalism, a war on the people.